Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Today, I am here with some incredible leaders in HR, and we're here to talk about Women's History Month. So why don't we go ahead and just introduce ourselves really quickly, where you're at and your job title, and just a little bit about your role. Diana, why don't you start?
Fab. Thank you so much, Meredith, for having me and the others. My name's Diana Iddon. I am the HR director for EMEA and APAC regions. I'm based in the UK. I've been with Percepta for nearly 8 years now.
All right, ML.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle Lair. I'm the Director of HR for the Americas region. I'm Diana's sidekick. I'm based in Dearborn, Michigan, right outside of our corporate headquarters, and I've also been with Percepta just over 8 years.
Nice to meet you, ML. And go ahead, Hos.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle Hosmer. Everyone calls me Hos. I'm Director Global Comp and Benefits for Percepta, and have been here for a little over 8 years. And I am located outside of our corporate office in Dearborn as well.
Thank you. So when I think about women's history, I think about how women have paved the way for us today and for every woman in the workplace, at home, just every woman in this world. And I go way back to, Joan of Arc, Jane Austen, Harriet Tubman, Michelle Obama, even. I mean, she's a prominent figure here today. Mm-hmm. Diana, has there been somebody that has stood out to you in the past that has paved a way for you, or is there a particular person that was instrumental in your success, just as being a female leader in the world today?
Wow, yeah, the list that you gave absolutely comes to mind. I think growing up, not a lot of people on TV looked like me. So to now see really successful women lead countries, be leaders in business, we talk about Michelle Obama, Oprah, they've definitely been instrumental in my success. Thinking about Michelle Obama in particular, she really taught us women that we can lead with empathy and still be successful, which is something that I think we hadn't really seen. We'd seen women kind of try and be male representatives, right? So yeah, I think Michelle Obama definitely.
What about you, Michelle?
Yeah, it's awesome to have those kinds of role models to look up to, and not just the celebrities. And I think another key component for women is having supportive people in your life. Like in my family, I was raised that the next generation, we should push them to be better than the previous, right? So like my parents and their siblings, they really didn't go to college or get degrees, but that wasn't a question for my trajectory. It was after high school, you go to college, you get your degree, you do this. And the intention behind it is just always pushing the next generation to be better than the last. And having that support is critical.
Yeah, I totally agree with that too. Having a supportive person in your life is huge. And I think about it. So I am 5 out of 6 kids, and my oldest sister, she's 10 years older than me, but I feel like she has paved a way for me just by her example. Mm-hmm. And she, had 4 kids, and she went to school and got her degree, and she's a nurse practitioner today. And sometimes I have 1 kid, and I think to myself, how do you do that? That's so much work. You have a family, you have, she was involved in church, and she was just, so for me, that is just like a huge example of like, if she could do this, you got this, you can do this too. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Michelle Hosmer, do you have anything to add to that? Or I was just,
for me, it's, a combination of Michelle and Diana's responses. And it's also, I've had 3 amazing leaders that I have worked for in my career. And my very first one taught me everything in aspects of HR. And if it wasn't for her and her mentoring, I don't think that I would be where I am today in HR.
Wow.
So having that support was just fabulous and a way for me to grow and develop.
Yeah, completely agree. I had that same experience, to where at times I was pushed outside of what I even thought that I could accomplish. And I'd be like, wait, no, I'm not ready for that promotion, or I'm not ready to take that on. And they're like, yes, you are. You've been doing that. And it's like, have I? What? Like, having somebody that has that confidence when you don't is super important. And I completely agree.
Yeah, definitely. I think the leaders that believe in you before you start believing in yourself are, you know, they're the best, because
Yes.
they know more about you and what you can achieve before you've even got there. And yeah,
Right.
I've been really lucky to have that.
Yeah, I feel like with that too, we're our own worst critics, you know, and we're
Yes.
hard on ourselves. And but if you have somebody that is coaching you or pushing you, I mean, that is such a tremendous help in the workplace for sure, having a mentor and having somebody that believes in you. So ML, you are being in a leadership position. How are you helping other women in the organization achieve success?
I really recognize what we just talked about, what I've been given and afforded to move in my career the way I have. And I don't take that for granted. And I really work hard and specifically each day to make sure I'm doing that for my teams, especially our women who are coming up and becoming leaders themselves. I try to make myself available and supportive and push them to question things and think analytically, and ask them for their thoughts, and just make sure that I'm always available and supporting anytime that they need.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think being available and being there to be, you know, able to guide them, support them, and also showing our vulnerability that, you know, sometimes we don't know, sometimes we don't get it. And you know, we need them to help us support. Like, we're a team and we're in this together. I think that's one of the ways that I definitely support the others.
Oh yeah, I love that. Michelle, earlier you mentioned having you know, managers that helped guide you and push you. And what is some advice that you would want to share with somebody that was in your position at that time? Or just to help them in the workplace.
You know, I have along my career kind of paid it forward and developed relationships with individuals within the HR department, and have actually mentored them, you know, meeting on a monthly basis, and really working with them and watching them grow. And the advice that I would give is, you know, for all those times we hear those bad things about ourselves and we believe them, just keep focusing on the positive things every day. Drive the change you want to see, and reach for your dreams. If, you know, you really want to get somewhere, what are the steps that you need to do? And there's resources out there that will help and can help guide.
Yeah, I think it's really important to make sure we have safe places for our people, because we're human. We're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. That's how we learn, as long as we're applying what we learned and growing and using that going forward. It's okay to make mistakes. I want you to do that so that you know what to do, what not to do, and how to do things better going forward. Sometimes
the biggest and hardest learning moments are when you make those mistakes. So you really end up growing more as a person when those things happen. And it definitely helps when you have a team or a leader that is understanding when those things happen, for sure.
And like, I think, Diana, you said earlier, and humbling yourself, like, I make mistakes, we all do, and admitting that and talking through it and learning from it, and making it that space that it's okay. And I don't know everything. And I surround myself with people that do know things, so that together we're strong and successful.
Well, thank you, ladies, so much for joining me today. I feel so fortunate to be a part of Percepta and to be working with such a strong, smart group of individuals and women, of course. And I am excited to continue celebrating this month. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Meredith,
so much for having us.
Yes. Take care, everyone.